Hi guys, welcome back to Sacred Shifts and how to navigate them. So I rolled some dice and what I got was the 6th house, Cancer, and the Sun. And I feel like you're really stepping into your confident era, like stepping into who you want to be, learning how to grow and glow, basically. I also felt like we're having upgrades to the solar plexus. Confidence, bro. You're stepping into it. The heart chakra as well as the throat chakra, learning to speak your truth, ask for what you need. My kitty's playing with these cards. Oh, you little butt. Yeah, and letting go of attachments that kept you bound. I also heard unbinding. So it sounds like 3-ish people tried to like bind you to who they think you should be, right? And yeah, but you know who you want to be and you're stepping into that knowledge. You're birthing a new way of being. You're dropping the lack mindset. You're like creating consciously, not from wounding, not from your hurt place, but from your heart space. You're really learning to feel your emotions as well as lead in love, right? Lead from your heart space. Yeah, and really like becoming grounded in who you want to be. I heard as well as chasing your passions and putting like your vision on the forefront. You're no longer placing like who others think you should be on a pedestal. And I heard unwillingly trying to be that, constantly trying to be someone you're not. So you're dropping this mask of who you should be and you're learning to be sink into gratitude and really be grateful for everything you have rather than sitting in boredom or like this icky energy that wants you attached, right? My cat's freaking out over these guys. She thinks they are so much fun. Yeah. I think you're scared to be a beginner, right? And now you're learning to chase your passions. That is funny. Page of Wands, and then we have the 2 of Wands that my cat flipped over here, right? This is like learning to plan and prepare, taking the world in your hands, right? And recognizing who you want to be. 2, 3, 4 on the timer. That's what keeps coming up. Is like passionately becoming who you were meant to be, and you have to sink into your heart space in order for that to come through, right? Because our heart space holds all this wisdom as well as healing, right? And so we're closing out a lot of cycles. See how this has got the Chariot guy right there, wielding his sword wisely, recognizing what needs to go in order for you to grow is what I heard. Yeah, see, and this is embodying your light and your dark. I like how the light showed up on that. I love when Spirit speaks. This is embodying healing, just stepping into it, embodying who you want to be, and yeah, you're really learning to trust your intuition, trust what your spirit guides are telling you, trust what yourself is telling you. Yeah, and trust the healing that is coming in, right? Trusting that we don't need to carry these childhood wounds, 333 on the timer, everywhere we go. We can, but we can carry our inner child with us. We can if we are giving them acknowledgement and the time they need, they're not going to try and run the reins, is what I heard. They're not going to take the reins. You know what I mean? They're not going to be, we're not going to be in our shadows because we give our shadows a space to speak, is what I heard. My cat is loving those dice. She's like, this is a shit. Yeah, you really are uncovering, this is Cancer energy as well, uncovering unconscious wounds that have kept you bound to where you're not facing your light, right? Yeah, where you're giving your shadow a space to speak. I don't know why that keeps coming through, but because you're being called to give your shadow a space to speak. Let them be angry, let them be mad, and let them say what they need to say, right? Write it in a letter, burn it. Yeah, you're no longer juggling who you want to be with who others think you should be. You're letting go of the self-war, right? And if others are at war with themselves, leave them in their anxious energy, right? Because you're going to embody Joy, love, surrender. Yeah, you're leaving anything that puts your emotions on fire, that sets your emotions on fire. You're leaving it, and you're going towards your sun, right? You know you deserve joy. Yeah, you know you deserve this embodied energy. I meant grounded energy. You know that the passions placed in your heart were put there for a reason, and you're meant to chase them, not put them on the back burner, right? Not put them in a corner. Put your dreams in a corner. Yeah, and you're learning to plant seeds. This is like a slow moving energy, I believe, but slow and steady wins the race is what I heard. Like, so like, just like be patient with yourself, with this energy, with what's meant to show up, because it's meant to show up. It's going to show up. So don't be watching the water boil. You know what I mean? You know how that takes forever? Yeah. Yeah. Because you're pulling the tower down. So you may be avoiding, but the tower's got to come down either way. And towers aren't always bad. Okay, so there is like a part of yourself that you're avoiding, right? But it's time to like start paying attention to it, because I heard you don't want to be falling out of the tower. But it's time to start paying attention to that inner child. So, and I feel like saying like you can have great parents and still have trauma that you need to heal, right? Yeah, so you are being called to listen to your emotions, listen to what they're trying to tell you in regards to an attachment. So I feel like you may use something in a suppressive way that suppresses your emotions, but you don't really recognize it. So it's time to take a look at why we keep choosing comfortability over the unknown, right? Because we don't want to feel these emotions, right? It's time to feel them. Okay, let's do an oracle. My cat's gone off with all my dice. Atonement of errors, alchemy and transformation, inner and outer work, fertility and fruitfulness, and fruition and realization of dreams. Yeah, I think that's where you're at. You're recognizing like, hey, this needs to change. I can't hold on to these things, right? I need to alchemize and transform these painful moments or memories so that I can continue to do the inner and outer work, right? And it's going to bring you fruitfulness. It's going to bring, I heard gratitude. And so a reason to be, which you already have many reasons to be grateful. Put your gratitude pants on as high as you can, Urkel style, okay? And then like, fruition and recognizing your dreams, that's like a huge turning point is what I heard. And my cat was pushing around this dice, and it was an 8, which gives me infinity. Like, and this one is success, and it's 44. So, and I have this card that says 44 right path. You are on the right path, and you're being called to step into the embodiment of who you want to be, right? Okay. Let's get, my palm was itching. And the other day when that happened, I heard like big windfall. Like, so you definitely have a lot of, I heard both spiritual wealth and just regular wealth. And maybe the regular wealth is in recognizing all that you have right now as wealth, right? A positive mindset, that's wealth. Waking up in a bed with a roof over your head, that's wealth, bro. A job that you get to go to, that's wealth, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah. Okay, we've got, don't lose sight of this truth. You came here to evolve and grow. It's necessary to experience difficult times. That is when you grow the most. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Be proud of your journey, who you are, everything you have and embody. You need to ignore what everyone else is doing and achieving. Your life is about breaking your own limits and outgrowing yourself to live the best life. You are not in competition with anybody else. Plan to outdo your past self, not other people. Definitely. And then there's one more. And it is accept where you're at in this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about your intentions. This makes us easier for us, and the universe will help you. Doors will open unexpectedly. Be ready and be grateful, right? All right, guys, I hope this helps.